Hi everyone, it's Becky here. So welcome to another new video on my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to East Vancouver to another new cafe that I've never been to. This is Mount Pleasant area in East Vancouver. Here I am on East 14th Avenue and Main Street, and I'm outside this cafe called Forecast Coffee. Now I'm ready to go in. It's a bright sunny day, and inside, wow, it's actually pretty spacious inside. So I ordered a slice of chocolate and banana bread and one medium latte to go with my sketch. So I'm going to sketch this view on my left at very interesting light bulbs and this shelf full of wines. And part of this counter too with the barista in it. Okay, so I draw directly with my waterproof fine liner pen. I'm going to start with my cup of latte first, starting with the oval opening and the rim, the body part, and the handle, the thickness line of the handle, drawing the inside line of the latte with the bubbles and the little fern pattern on it. A little bit of a surface texture with short little broken lines. And the little dish underneath with a thickness line for the rim. And starting to draw the outline of the banana bread is a three-dimensional shape of a prism, very flat. And now I'm drawing these air holes on the surface and the nuts shaded a little bit to show three-dimension. And drawing the large dish with the rim too. So I like overlapping it this way to save space. And now I'm ready to paint watercolors. I'm going to start with the surface of the latte, just wet it with clear water, adding on some medium yellow, lemon yellow, wet on wet, some orange, mixed with yellow ochre. And use this orange yellow for the first layer of the banana bread, blending on a little bit of burnt sienna, diluted, and blending on some burnt sienna around parts of the surface on the latte here and there to show the creamy texture. Yeah, very loose, and just let it blend together. Burnt sienna mixed with a little bit of ultramarine blue in to paint the dark shade of the banana bread, especially on the rind. Painting the body part of the mug with dark brown, leaving a bit of highlight to show the shine of the ceramic. And I mix in even more ultramarine blue into brown or burnt sienna to get this super dark brown, almost black, because this banana bread is very dark in color, but still leaving the previous layer shine in the middle of the bread. And use the same color to paint the body part of the mug, and leaving some streaks from the previous layer to show the shine of ceramic. Just paint the inner side of the mug too. Yeah, and wetting the little dish area. The color is kind of bluish gray. Yeah, again, painting very loosely, leaving little streaks of shine of ceramic. Same for this dish. This dish is pretty much white with some brown spots on it. Yeah, some spatters here and there. This is very fun to do. Quickly painting the shadow underneath the bread. Ultramarine blue for the shadow underneath the little dish. Ultramarine blue mixed with royal purple is a great recipe for painting shadows. Yeah, add some final bits of dark tones here and there on the mug. And keep using these dark brown left over on my palette to add even more contrast for the surface of the latte. Just tiny bits here and there, not all over, just a bit. And moving on, I'm ready to start sketching the view on my left. I'm going to start with the ceiling and the back wall on the very left. So again, I like to draw everything directly with an ink pen without any preliminary sketches or pencil guidelines. So I'm starting with this pole above the sitting counters and the counter underneath the pole, and very simple geometric shapes of a cylinder and a stretched rectangle, and the shape and direction of the lines for the ceiling area. There's several different pieces of walls going in different directions here around the ceiling, so paying attention to the angles. Yeah, so there's several pieces of walls. And now I'm starting to draw this man working very intently on his project. Starting with the head, the upper body with the arm bending, the ear and the glasses, and his jacket hanging on his back. His leg sitting on a high chair, and so drawing the phone that he was holding, the edge of his table or counter that he was sitting on, and the little green plant on his right. It was very cute little leaves draping, and his papers, shading his hair a little bit just to give his form more density. Just continuing drawing towards the right, this counter area. Again, paying attention to the angle. Starting to draw the shelf in the vertical ways, and then these horizontal lines in perspective. Okay, so now I'm moving to the back wall again to add further details below the ceiling. Yeah, just bits of a little square shapes here and there of light or little decorations, these little plants and pictures on the higher shelf. There's another picture here of a mountain, another panorama picture hanging on the back wall, a mountainscape. Yeah, these have dark frames. And below these picture frames, I see two ladies chatting with one another. This lady's back view was a bun, and another lady's side view, they're chatting. Yeah, and they're very excited and happy. Drawing her chair. Again, they're sitting on a high chair, so their body looks pretty short. Drawing some more people around the back wall. They look very small because they're in the far distance. Another person there. So I'm just simplifying what I see into simple square and rectangular shapes, combining together. Some more little decorations, and these are the air conditioning or the fan for the interior of the cafe. Very interesting lines. And add some little details of little lights on the ceiling here and there. Add a little bit hatching lines to suggest shade on that wall. And now this part takes a bit of patience, drawing all of these bottles. So again, I'm trying to summarize what I see, not trying to capture the exact number of bottles on there. So if you're drawing something like this, you don't have to draw every single little detail that is on the shelf. Oops, and here, yeah, just the main ones that I can see in drawing very quickly using simplified shapes. And a couple more bottles here on the counter. Keep adding this angled line around the ceiling. Now I'm trying to draw these hanging lamps overlapping. Yeah, these are very interesting little lamps. And again, a lot of angled lines to give a sense of perspective. And drawing these stacking paper cups. Very interesting little things to see here and there. It's a really great fun drawing process. Another hanging lamp over here. Yeah, another one behind. Now here is this pretty detailed part of different cubicles for this large shelf. So again, all of these horizontal lines, they are in perspective, going a bit of downwards. Yeah, a lot of cubicles. Now starting to add as many bottles as I can. Yeah. So if you're drawing any scenery like this, if you miss a bottle or two, don't worry about it. Just capture the overall feel. Yeah, some more over here. This is just like writing letters, very simple shapes. Some more here, shaded a little bit with darker lines. So again, these are actually in very simple shapes like cylinders. And I think this is the beer pump in the middle. Some more bottles. Add a bit of dark shade to show the dark colored liquid inside. Another angled line of the back counter, a little bit shade. Now I'm ready to draw the barista. Wearing glasses, very happy and relaxed. The neck area, his shirt. I keep drawing the beer pump, coloring his hair with solid black. Keep adding more details around him. There's another little green leaf plant. And his hand was moving really fast, so drawing from my impression. He was preparing a cup of coffee. Some coffee beans inside this dispenser. Yeah, again, this is a prism shape. And another little pump thing in front of the barista. His arms busily working. Again, overlapping happens when we're drawing from real life observation, and that's okay. That gives a sense of movement. Keep finishing the cubicles behind. And then shade area with a lot of dark hatching lines, because that's like a dark storage room. Adding some more bottles on the shelf. Again, just simplify and simplify into these little shapes. Most of them are kind of like in cylinder shapes. Yeah, and that's it. I finished drawing the whole shelf of bottles and finishing these planks of wood on the front side of the counter. Now writing down the name of the coffee shop. Forecast Coffee on Main and East 14th Avenue. Now I'm ready to paint watercolors. Just wetting the whole area first with clear water. It's very important to do this because the paint needs to spread out very smoothly with a wetted surface. Putting on some lemon yellow mixed with medium yellow or cadmium yellow, very much diluted. Yeah, the interior has very bright yellow lighting. And it's not a solid bright color, but yeah. And also these shelves are of a kind of orange yellow color. It's not exactly the same as in real life, but I want to use this vibrant color to make this sketch more inviting to look at. And keep adding some more bright yellow oranges. Just play around with lemon yellow, medium yellow, or cadmium yellow, and orange. Combine these three colors in different ratios to paint the different areas of this bright interior. This is similar to Vincent van Gogh's approach. When he was painting the interior sceneries as he saw, it's not just copying about the colors in front of him. It's adding a lot of personal sensations, the passion of seeing all of those bright colors and exaggerate the strong feeling. Yeah, and just painting these light bulbs with orange. And add this final bits of this bright tone here and there around the back. So when painting watercolors, it's very important to start working from the lightest tone to prevent your painting from getting muddy, is to start with the lightest tone. Now, the lightest tone, those yellows and oranges are done. I'm blocking in these dark shade areas with bluish gray colors by mixing ultramarine blue, royal purple, and a little bit green. Yeah, a bright interior is not just bright all over. It does contains areas of shade to show contrast. And also a little bit brown streaks to show the wood, the wooden planks. Yeah, very loosely, and give it a bit of dynamic. Darker browns here and there, play around with the browns. Yeah, and keep observing and adding these dark shades of browns here and there, but not spreading it everywhere. Yeah, the counter on the back is a little bit in shade. And still seeing and mixing the colors according to I feel and see. This is kind of like an orange-brown color. Inside the cubicles, the color is more intense. Wrapping around all of these bottles. Yeah, a little bit of shade streaks on the side of this shelf. Some darker browns. Yeah, painting in a variety of the same color scheme. Adding a bit of leftover bluish gray for the back wall, around the ceiling area. This is a very watery wash. I don't want to put too much paint pigment. Otherwise, it's gonna look way too dark. So water control is very important too. Another layer of brown for the sitting counter on the very left. Using this bluish gray, blue mixed with royal purple to paint this little pool here for the flower pots and also for her sweater. So a lot of people's outfits these days in the modern world are black or gray. So I mix my own gray with blue, purple, and green. And this guy is wearing an interesting colored shirt. It's kind of muted yellow, very earthy color. Interesting. And his pants is kind of dark bluish gray. Adding a little bit of shade using leftover gray to show the fold of the fabric on his shirt, and also adding 3 dimension to his body. It's just not a flat shape. Adding some skin color using leftover yellow ochre. And same for the barista too, for the arms. And keep adding a little bit more leftover grayish color to add even more contrast. Especially in front of this guy's body, there's a dark patch of shade area. And quickly adding some colors for these pictures. Those pictures are in black and white lines. Painting that girl's outfit, which is pink purplish. And painting this guy's jacket, again leaving little streaks to show the bright streaks on the folded fabric. And painting these green leafy plants with viridian green mixed with a little bit of yellow ochre. Yeah, again, these green leaves are adding more interest to this sketch. Okay, so now I'm playing around with the mix of red and browns to paint these wine bottles according to what I see. Some bottles are of a dark brown color, while some are of a reddish brown color. Yeah, just use teeny tiny brush strokes to lay the color in. There's no need to worry about painting outside those outlines. Just paint very loosely and in a relaxing way. Yeah, and add bits of bluish gray for the body part of the coffee bean dispenser. It's metallic. Again, this color we can mix it by using ultramarine blue, green, and a little bit of royal purple. Using leftover brown to paint the coffee beans in there. And paint the barista shirt with leftover dark gray. Again, leaving a little highlight streak around the collar to give 3 dimension in an easy way for clothes. Yeah, and paint more metallic stuff in front of the barista. And just moving on to the last stage of this watercolor painting. The painting part of this particular sketch is actually very straightforward. The most challenging part of this sketch is actually the line work, to get all of those perspective lines into the right space. And yeah, the color scheme is actually very straightforward. Just play around with yellows, oranges, and browns, and those dark grayish shades. And just adding final bits of contrast here and there, especially for the front part of the counter, a bit sharper lines. And for the back wall too, the ceiling is actually pretty dark in medium gray tone. That's it. And I stopped at the right time to not overwork on it. I think I captured the feel of the cafe. And here's the look of my finished sketch. It took me just 1 hour to draw and paint. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you like my video, please click like and leave me a comment below. Subscribe to my channel for weekly updates so you never miss a new video. And I will see you again very soon next time. Have a great day, everyone. And just a quick announcement that I'm hosting 2 urban sketching sessions on 2 Sundays this month. And the sessions will be live on Zoom. To read more details and to sign up, the link is below in the description part of this video.